Who's ready for some more Christmas DIYs? Let's go. Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Courtney. Today I have got a round of gingerbread inspired DIYs that would be perfect decor for your home or even bundled up as a great gift. Let's get crafting. For this DIY, I started with this pack of wooden spoons that I got on Amazon for less than $6. This is a great little something that you can make just to enhance your Christmas decor, use it as gifts, make it into ornaments. So I started by taking my spoons and measuring the handle portion of the spoon so I knew how big to make my labels. And then I went into Cricut Design Space and just created some words that have to do with Christmas. I will make sure to link all of my free cut files and everything in today's video down below in the description box. Once I figured out what words I wanted to do, I used 3 different color vinyls, again, just trying to keep with the whole Christmas vibe. I cut those out, applied it to my handles. Now for this one, I left a little space at the end of the handle so that I could drill a hole with my rotary tool and turn this into an ornament. You could make a whole cute little set and give it as a gift. You could add this to a wrapped present and that would just give them something, a little bonus ornament with their actual gift. This is the fun part of the DIY. I grabbed out all my faux Christmas sprinkles that I had and then kind of decided, since each of the spoons has a different word, I kind of wanted to try to coordinate the sprinkles. And then guess what we're using for chocolate? Brown hot glue. So I started by squirting that brown hot glue and then just taking some tweezers and placing my little sprinkles all on top of the spoons. The last step was to attach some red and white baker's twine to make sure that this gingerbread ornament would hang straight. I just folded the twine in half, pushed it through, and then fed the tails through the little loop, and that will make sure that it hangs properly on your tree or on your gift. Moving on to this DIY, I picked up this pack of 160 beads from Amazon. They were wooden beads that were already all painted, which made this a very simple DIY. It had 4 different wooden bead patterns and then these little candy wooden beads that actually were 2 different patterns as well. With the beads, I also picked up this 24 pack of gingerbread ornaments. It was $12. It was actually less than $12, which makes them roughly about 50 cents each, or look at it as buy 12, get 12 free. Most of the designs were kind of cute. This one I thought was a little weird. I'm not sure. What do you think he's holding there? Like a white pillow, a piping bag? I wasn't quite sure, but there were definitely plenty to choose from, and I picked out 2 of my favorites. All you have to do is string up your beads. I did choose to use some red and white baker's twine, and I ended up using a total of 40 beads. So it was like 8 sets of my pattern because there were 5 beads in the pattern, if that makes sense, and then it just repeated. And then just tie your gingerbreads to the ends of your little beaded garland, and then this project is ready to be displayed. Here is the personalized gift that I'm going to make for one of my close friends. Her birthday is at the end of October and she does a whole gingerbread theme in her kitchen. So I was so excited to make this gift for her. Now to get started, I found this sign at Goodwill, the thrift store, and picked it up for $1.99. It's just a piece of wood and I gave it a coat of white paint. Now I am using the Rust-Oleum chalk because I wanted to make sure that it covered up the font that was on there and covered it really, really well. While my sign was drying, I opened up Cricut Design Space, and that is the free software program you get with your Cricut machine. If you're not familiar with it, it is a fantastic cutting machine that can cut tons of materials. What I love about Cricut Design Space is you can, first of all, go in and search for people that you know that might be on there. So if you go in and type in Creative on the Cheap, you can find my profile and all of my projects really easily. They also have options to search through the Cricut projects that are there, along with other members of Cricut Design Space that put their projects in the community tab. So you don't have to go in starting from scratch every time. You definitely can find tons of images in there. Now, what I did was open up a new project and I went in and searched for gingerbread. And here were all the ones that I found that I thought might possibly work. Now, I also like to, when I'm making signs, to make it really easy, is I do go in and create a template of the sign with the dimensions. So that gray box you're seeing right there, what I did is I just typed in, I picked a shape, I picked a box, and then I went in and changed the dimensions of it to what my sign measures so that when I build my sign, I can make sure that all of my images fit. Now, because I was making a family, I was trying to go through and find similar gingerbread. So I went through this whole process and then I had all the pieces I needed to start laying out my sign. With the design done, I was ready to cut it out. Now, I did choose multiple ways to cut it out because I am using smart vinyl for most of the colors, which means I don't have to use a mat, but the brown color was not a smart vinyl, so I did have to put that on a mat. Once it got all cut out, I was ready to start placing these down on my sign. It is about time to start pulling my sign together, but first I do have to weed out all my designs. Now, that's just taking off the negative space, the ones that part of the vinyl that you don't want in your sign. Once I got that done, then you want to apply some transfer tape. And then as far as piecing the sign together, I do a couple different things. I do measure on my sign and make little marks so that I can make sure the spacing is even. I also like to group different images as much as possible. Instead of placing each single vinyl cutout by itself, I try to group them like you can see here in the gingerbread. I knew these two were going to be close, so it just kind of helps make sure that your sign is straight and not crooked when you put it all together. Okay, I've got my friend Emily's gift and I'm going to run over to her house literally because she just lives around the corner, so let's go. Happy birthday!
Birthday for me!
Birthday for Emily!
I like your wrapping paper.
Thank you. I tried to put pink on it for you.
Yes, I need some extra pink in my life.
How was your birthday lunch? Good?
Good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Where'd y'all go?
Where do we go? Logan's. For
Okay.
house, so.
Yeah.
I got vegetables and...
That's good.
Oh! Yes! This is perfect!
For this project, grab yourself 2 large dowel rods. Actually, you could grab the round ones, you could grab the square ones. Hobby Lobby sells them, the hardware store sells them. I just had these left over from a project, and I started by painting them with some white paint. Now, I wasn't going for full coverage. I was okay with the natural wood shining through. You're going to need a 3rd dowel rod that is a little bit smaller. Whether you do round, make sure it's a round dowel rod, or if you do the square, make sure it's a square one. Now, I did go in and paint this white. Honestly, it probably wasn't necessary, but when I was doing this, I wasn't quite sure which way this project was going to go, because this smaller dowel rod ends up being painted red. So up to you if you want to go through the process of painting it white, but it's definitely not necessary. Once the larger dowel rods are dry, take some painter's tape and you are going to swirl wrap this. Just go round and round and round until you get it wrapped with the painter's tape. Then grab some red paint, and those little sections that are exposed, you want to paint it with the red paint. Take that smaller dowel rod and you want to cut it into 4 pieces. Now you might see that my cuts are a little rough. I'm using my miter shears. That's because it's time for me to change the blade on my miter shears. If you're on Instagram, I have a whole highlight saved about how to do that. If you'd like me to include that in a video, comment down below and I will make sure next time I use my miter shears to show you guys how to change the blade. But here is where I decided to paint these red, like I mentioned a minute ago. Now it's time to attach the little cross pieces to our candy cane ladder here. So I marked it off, and if you have a drill, I highly would recommend just drilling into the side and using some wood glue and sticking them in there to make this really secure. But if you don't, this is my recommendation. Do not use regular hot glue because that's just not going to withstand. It will snap apart. So either use wood hot glue, which is what I'm using, use wood glue, or you could even go in and use E6000, but you definitely want a sturdy glue to attach these little cross pieces on your ladder. And then here is another quick little makeover. Now these were on clearance from Hobby Lobby. I got them for super cheap, and I knew when I saw them, they were part of the spring collection, that I could turn these into really cute gingerbread themed sign. So I started by painting the insert part where it's yellow with red paint. Now I did think I was gonna try to make a Dollar Tree version of this, and I think the easiest way to do that is to get yourself one of the, pictures from Dollar Tree, the canvas frame, what have you, take foam board and then just make the little insert to make it look like the metal street sign part. That would be my recommendation. I might try to whip out that in a future DIY. If you want to see that, let me know down below, and I will definitely try to do a whole Dollar Tree version of this. So like I said, easy, just paint that red, and then I went in to Cricut Design Space and just typed up the word Gingerbread Street, and I did Peppermint Lane, and then added my permanent vinyl down to the side, and then these were finished. These next two are the perfect little gift ideas for bakers or anyone that you just want to give a simple gift to. Now, I was so excited to find this gingerbread colored oven mitt at Dollar Tree. I decided for this one I wanted to keep it simple, so I took some iron-on glitter vinyl and just went into Cricut Design Space and searched scallop. I cut this out and then I pressed it onto the oven mitt. Now, I have taken the Cricut Design Space, there is a heat guide, and I turned it into a little app on my phone, and it makes it so easy because I can just click it, put in the information. It tells me exactly what I need to do with this iron-on. So I just pressed it down with my heat press and got it on there. And then there was this cute little kind of gingerbread themed oven mitt that I thought was really great. And then to go along with this one, I just picked up one of the red oven mitts and found a design in Cricut Design Space, made a few changes. I did make the gingerbread brown instead of white. And again, I pressed it down on there and then just filled it in with some goodies. And then these were perfect. There you go, a round of gingerbread DIYs and gift ideas for you. Let me know down below which one of these projects was your favorite. Also, let me know if you're planning to make any DIY gifts. What are you planning to make? Let's share some ideas down in the comments in case somebody's looking for a great idea. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I really do appreciate it. Here are some more videos you might enjoy, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!